I'm waiting. I'm waiting for him to actually make a meal and be revealed that he's a shit cook.
We are not going to panic.
What the heck even happened to you, man?
Vengeance.
Shrimp Daddy! Ha 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 ha!
Give him a hockey stick!
What am I, a fucking magician, man?
Am I some kind of fucking magician, man?
Fucking nerd.
Big nerd. Whatever. It's not like we're professionals anyway.
And I'm not sorry anymore.
Time to bake brain.
Every day, yes.
What is the Airwolf of trains?
Welcome, listeners, to episode 150 of the Lasercomb podcast, where we comb through classic television with a fine-tooth laser. I am one of your hosts, NeoCal.
And I'm the other guy, Christopher Siege.
And today, we are reviewing Black Sails. I finally done it. I finally did it.
Show is a fucking banger of a theme, in my opinion.
Now, as for Black Sails, we have different encounters with it. Siege, you are very familiar with it and have watched all of it.
I have watched all of it multiple times.
Whereas I have not heard of it before Siege told me about it.
So, Black Sails is what we are capping off our January theme of first episodes of peak 2010 binge-worthy TV shows. We started off with The Walking Dead, then Game of Thrones, then Vikings, and we're finishing it off with Black Sails, which doesn't quite have the same amount of pop culture cachet as the others that I mentioned, but I really wanted to insert this. I really wanted to cover this because I think it fits the theme really well.
It definitely does.
It fits it has
the
a
gritty,
similar vibe to the rest of the shows.
The gritty, high budget, well acted, well written, well, for the most part, violent, like realistic shows that were popular in the 2010s.
Exactly.
And
yeah,
I definitely see why, having watched episode 1.
Yes, and another reason why I wanted to cover this one is because I will say this up front before even giving my rating that this is literally one of my favorite shows of all time.
I should have known. It's the Jolly Rodger tattoo on your shoulder. I knew you weren't really a pirate. Must have been.
That's right.
Or are we?
Or are we? Or are some of us? Perhaps one of us has sailed the seven seas recently.
One of us does not own this.
I own the entire series on iTunes. So
I may have made some of the characters from Black Sails proud today in my legal acquisition of said episode.
that's right. So Black Sails ran for 4 seasons and ran from 2014 to 2017. It was a show that did pretty well in the ratings, and in fact, the network that produced it, Stars, also had actually originally ordered a 5th season, but the creators of the show had decided that they wanted to end the series after 4 seasons. So this is actually a show. This is actually a show that ended where the people behind it said we're gonna go out on a high note.
It didn't just flounder for another 2 or 3 seasons with disappointment.
Much like one of the other shows that I mentioned that we had covered recently.
At least one. Like, what was it? It was like Walking Dead had recently finished. And we were like, what? It was still going?
Yeah. This podcast, which has been going for almost 5 years now, The Walking Dead had actually premiered in 2010, 16 years ago now, and it was still going when we started this podcast.
Holy Lord.
Walking Dead only ended in 2022.
It's a lot of Walking Dead.
Yeah, you might say the show itself was The Walking Dead.
All right, everybody, have a good night.
So yeah, Black Sails. We're going to take a real quick break, and then we'll get into breaking down the first episode.
Declare your cargo.
Spices from the east.
Are you willing to trade?
Oh, a parlay. That's
So, you boys fancy yourselves sailing men, do you?
Dude, you can stay, but no horseplay.
I got no horse.
Okay, what he means is no rough housing.
I got no house. But I got one rule.
And what's that?
Rules ain't for pirates!
Own the water. Get the Black Ship, Captain Morgan's guns, and more. Only when you pre-order Assassin's Creed 4 from GameStop. Rated M for
So, the first episode of Black Sails, which originally aired on... the episode name is just simply 1. All of the episodes are just a Roman numeral of the episode number, and that continues throughout the entire series. They don't actually have titles. But it originally aired on January 25th of 2014.
Wow. Basically 20 years ago. Oh, wow. January. Wow. 2014. Oh, yeah. Wow. Owen Wilson is not in this, but there are lots of people with broken noses and scars.
That is correct, yes. I was just thinking, I'm like, is there someone named Owen or Wilson as part of the cast? And unfortunately, not.
That'd be pretty funny. So, as somebody who we were just talking about a much worse media, which I will not mention for a different show, and apparently I've got an allergies from it.
I completely understand.
You know what? I should have time traveled.
That's right.
Time traveled to the past where I don't watch what we covered. So with Black Sails,
go check out our new podcast, The New Release Wall, if you want to know just what the hell Cal is alluding to.
We may or may not have paid real cash money to go to go see Return to Silent Hill on the silver screen
at Silver City.
And we paid with our silver doubloons. Oh, Black Sails. So at the very beginning...
Plot twist, I actually had free tickets.
Plot twist. Take that, Return to Silent Hill.
Kind of free. So I subscribe, real quick aside, I subscribe to the Cineplex $10 a month movie club that gives you a free movie every month, but they roll over if you don't use them. So I have
that's nice.
I had 7 of them available.
Oh, okay, nice. Oh, I didn't realize they rolled over. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, and even if you unsubscribe, you can still use them.
Wow, unheard of.
I know. It's actually for 10. Oh, and also, even if you use up all of your free tickets, movie ticket prices become $10.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that's
So you get a free movie a month, and then on top of that, movie tickets are $10 a month, and I think you
not
get
bad.
25% off of concession items.
25% off.
And that was a word from our from the Cineplex Movie Club, our paid sponsor of this podcast.
Yeah,
No.
I'd like to thank our paid
No, it's just legit. I think it's a pretty decent deal for $10 a month.
I always forget that that's a thing. But so yeah, we saw it in theaters. So go check us out on our brand new podcast.
The new release wall. Black Sails.
Yes.
Basically, what Black Sails is a prequel to the book Treasure Island.
Hell yeah.
Which is kind of funny.
Treasure Island.
Which is kind of funny to think about, but it's a drama set in the late 1600s, I believe.
17? I think it was like 17 something.
Okay.
At the very beginning of the episode, it was like 1741. There be pirates.
It's set in and around the island of Nassau during the Golden Age of piracy. The show mixes real historical pirate figures. Some we meet right away in the episode, some we meet later on, including some very famous pirates. It mixes those with characters from the book Treasure Island, which I had actually never read growing up, and this show prompted me to go read Treasure Island.
I've never read it either. So
it's pretty good, actually.
So there's a reason it's a classic.
Notable characters from Treasure Island that are in Black Sails are Long John Silver, which they never call him Long John, but John Silver. Billy
The
Bones.
women call him Long John Silver.
Billy Bones from the book, who is actually featured quite prominently in the book, is a pretty prominent character in the show. And Captain Flint.
Oh, yes.
Basically, this show is a prequel to Treasure Island that is about how Captain Flint acquires his gold that John Silver is looking for in the book. Some 20 years later.
How dare you spoil a 1,000-year-old book? Interesting.
Yeah.
Makes me want to maybe check out Treasure Island.
It's a good read. It's not very long either. I think it's only like
I didn't think so, yeah.
It's only about, I think, like 250 pages or so.
So where we start on ye old episode 1.
Episode I.
Episode I, yes. Is there's a ship and there are people on it, and they're like, oh, look out, them be pirates.
Yeah, there's a ship. It gets attacked and boarded by pirates. We're introduced during the mayhem. We're introduced to one of our main characters, John Silver. We find out quickly, is not willing to fight for the safety of the crew. He goes and hides in the kitchen.
Like a little bitch.
Like a little bitch, where he encounters another guy who basically the cook, who calls him out on the fact that he's hiding. He's like, but you're hiding too. He's like, but I'm the cook. He's like,
pirates always need a cook.
Everyone needs a good cook, but they won't respect at all.
Because you fled like a coward.
Yeah.
And as soon as he said that, I'm like, dude, he's gonna kill you and say he's the cook.
Exactly.
even before the his like little stash, his like leatherette of the page that the cook had ripped out, because during the fight, the cook had ripped out a certain page from the captain's ledger.
Yeah. And
and that's what the whole episode so far revolves around.
John Silver is like, well, what's that you got? He's like, oh, this? Nothing. And he's like,
some people are such bad liars in this episode, man.
He's like,
nothing. Never mind.
He's like, you keep looking at it. It must be something important. He's like, I'll
You
never
keep
tell
holding
you.
it up and going, yes,
My precious.
my precious.
Which
And then they tussle.
John Silver puts it together right away. He's like, I don't know what it is, but that is something important, the way he's treating it.
And the cook is like, no,
John Silver,
I'm going to have to kill you
a
now.
clever scoundrel that he is.
The clever scoundrel that he is. And then the nameless cook
Also,
and John Silver fight.
very easy on the eyes. Oof.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good teeth for being from the 18th century, I must say.
I know, right?
Whenever there's somebody with like fantastic teeth in any like period piece, I'm always like, where all the people with like yellow, like rotting teeth and like wooden like dentures and stuff. But then I remember, yes, these are actors who want to be employable.
Yes, much of the cast look as you would expect them to, being like gross, dirty pirates. There are also some astoundingly attractive people in this show.
So if you're a 6 or a 7 in pirate world, you stand out. But if you're actually like an 8 or a 9, you fucking own like at least your own island.
There are a lot of memes out there about like 1999's The Mummy being like a bisexual's dream, which, yes, but also Black Sails, yes.
You know what? After seeing episode 1, I can agree with that.
Lots of attractive people in this show, I will say.
So what's the plot going around? We got through the eyes of John Silver. He's taken.
So he's taken. We're introduced to the quartermaster, whose name I'm completely drawing a blank on, even though I've watched this show many times.
Bald quartermaster guy.
Yeah, the quartermaster. We're introduced to the quartermaster and Billy Bones. And it's like, oh, well, this number of the crew want to join up. And he's like, we can't afford that. We can take like one. And it's like, oh, well, this guy over here is a cook. We could use a good cook. So they take him aboard.
But they go to Pirate Bay.
Yeah, Nassau.
Yeah. And they're like, all right, unload ye booty. But quartermaster and their captain, Flint, was it Flint?
Yeah, Captain Flint.
They have a private conversation where their hull it's going to get them, there's kind of like a bookkeeping guy with glasses. It's going to net maybe the crew like $8 each.
Yeah, rest in peace to that actor too. I can't remember what his name is, but they ended up having to recast him because he died of brain cancer after the first season. Oh,
well, at least he got to like have something.
Yeah.
Like play a character in something that gets to kind of like memorialize him.
Yeah. So genuinely, like, rest in peace to that guy.
Yeah, I like him. It's funny that even pirates need like a math nerd.
Yeah.
Like because when they were talking about like, payment and all of these things, and I was like, man, these are pretty organized and fair pirates. And so ultimately, I think that's the kind of lesson it's trying to show us, is that some of them are fighting for like to be free or equal, or no man is like above another. Yeah. So
and once you start finding out more about a lot of the characters, you find out that many of them don't necessarily have the origins that you would think of when you think of a pirate.
Well, I like Scary McBaldhead, because he's riling up all the captives of the ship, and he's like giving them like a motivational speech to join them.
Yeah,
this is before he finds out they can't take it, many of them.
Yeah.
But he's basically like, we used to be just like you, and then we realized who the true enemy is. It's not you, it's not us. I've lost people beside me too. It's them. It's the captains.
It is kind of funny that he goes through all this effort of like trying to like rally all these like sailors to like join their crew, and then it's like, we actually can only take one. It's like, Well, remember what I said about all that? Sorry. Pulls his sword out, starts stabbing people.
I assume they left them on the shipwreck. But maybe they just stabbed them all.
So the quartermaster and Flint are having a conversation about like the payment to the crew. It's like how X number of shillings like per share. He's like,
$15, little man.
The crew's not going to be happy. Things have been really light
those
lately.
Doubloons in my hand. Yeah.
Things have been really light lately, and the crew's starting to get restless. And Buddy out there is like really trying to rally people against you. And Flint is like, well, whatever, fuck him. And the quartermaster is like, no, that's the thing, is you can't do that. You can't really have that attitude. They'll turn on you like that, but man, like I'm trying to help you out here.
Hey, dude, when I started this shit, you said that everything was good and that they'd never turn on me.
We've been sailing.
Like, that's when like it was supposed to be days, not weeks or months.
Yeah, we've been sailing around for months, like with hardly earning like any shares. And the crew with like no indication of like where we're going or what we're looking for. And so Flint decides to like spill the tea, because him and the quartermaster are like old friends. They go way back.
Yeah.
He decides to spill the tea that he is looking for a ledger for a Spanish galleon called the Urca that is going to have like millions of like worth of 6 million worth of gold, I believe.
A lot. Yeah.
It's a lot. And he's like, and the coordinates for its the schedule for like it and the route that it takes is part of this captain's ledger. Now the page was ripped out. He's like, oh. He's like, now I can probably figure out the route and the schedule if I have enough time to study the rest of this ledger, but I just need time. Okay.
And whenever people are publicly referencing this, it's funny. Whenever it'll always like cut to John Silver and he'll be all like, like he'll always just be like very obviously like guilty looking and like shifty eyed.
Yeah.
At Pirate Island, we find out when people are taken in as pirates, they get a free orgy with all the local hooers.
Yep.
And then it's just like, oh, you need to be introduced to Blackbeard. That was pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, so a hazing ritual is they take John Silver, to go have like a big orgy at the local brothel. And they don't tell him this like right away, but it's like, oh, we're gonna introduce you to Blackbeard.
And he's like, oh, what? Why? And it's just like, oh, it's something all of us have to do. Every pirate has to do. Whatever you do, don't show fear.
And someone in like a big like coat and hat like walks in, and they remove all of that, and it's a naked
because
lady.
He's like, oh, I take it that you're not Blackbeard. And then she like opens her jacket. It's a gigantically bosomed woman with a big old black bush
with a black beard.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, Blackbeard. And then
he's like, all right, let's do this.
All right, let's do this. And he takes out his hedge trimmers. So that's going on. There's a bunch of other stuff.
There's a bunch of other
quartermaster guy is basically going through his contacts. We find out the owner of a tavern is a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And correct me if I'm wrong, her dad is like the lord or the noble, like the powdered wig guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not just the owner of the tavern. She basically runs Nassau. Her name's Eleanor.
Oh, okay.
Eleanor Guthrie.
I wasn't sure how much power she had there, but there are a few people with power, and we find out there's also like the local faction, which are all like the black, like people because the quartermaster needs to like go to him to try to secure funds. Are those kind of like, is that like another local like pirate lord? Like what was his, I tried to pay attention to what was going on there because
No,
he took the note for money.
I think he was trying to. Oh, I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to buy their allegiance, essentially. Because
we find out that Baldy McScarface
is trying to rile
had the same deal.
Is trying to like rile the crew up to mutiny against Captain Flint, and so Quartermaster and Flint go to Eleanor. They tell her the plan to hunt for the Urca, the Spanish treasure galleon. And she's like, well, what do you need me for? And they're like, well, see, we're kind of in a bad way. We haven't been making a lot of money lately, and the crew's getting pissed. And she has a like advisor. I can't remember what his name is, but she has an advisor who like really doesn't like Flint or his crew and is like telling her like, no, like don't do this. And she's like, no, you know what? Fuck that. This is my island. God damn it. How much do you need? And they're like, maybe 1,000 pieces of 8 could do it. And so indeed, Quartermaster
she writes the man a check.
She writes him a check, and she's like, give this to blah blah. And so the Quartermaster uses that money to essentially buy allegiance to Flint from the crew against Scarman.
Yeah.
Baldy McScarman.
Baldy McScarman, yeah.
Yeah, Baldy McScarman.
We find out that one of the ladies seems to have noticed, because John Silver has no fucking poker face, that he was particularly interested in that little leatherette, little scroll thingy he had.
Yeah.
And he goes to try
because
to take it
even
from her.
during the orgy, like he's constantly like watching it, and she picks up on that.
She's got like a Cajun or a French accent kind of thing. Yeah.
It's a French accent.
Like, even with all them pretty girls around, you couldn't take your eyes off this.
Remember when I said this show has beautiful people in it? She be one of them. Also Eleanor as well.
So eventually she's like, oh, I'll scream, and he'll be like, oh, how would the man of the house like to know that their workers are thieves? And be like, oh, well, whoever you must have like taken this from would probably pay well to know who has it. And he's all like, all right, what do you want? And she's like, what is this? And he's like, I don't know, but I know it's important.
Yeah.
I know I had to knife a motherfucker for it.
I know.
One of the things about the cook and the other guy is when they came in, they were like, oh, he was so distraught he took his own life, but he stabbed in the back.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny.
There's a lot of humor in this show too. Like
it's well written humor.
Yeah, it's not like the show.
Like refreshing, yeah.
This show isn't comedic, like even in the slightest, but there is some playful like humor at work, like visual things, like oh, the cook, or the what happened to him? Oh, he became so just distraught and overcome with dread, the thought of what you might do to him, that he took his own life. And the camera pans down and he's knifed in the back.
And then the camera like looks at like the pirates. So yeah, jumping back to Pirate Bay, turns out that they decide to split things 50-50 to sell whatever it is that this John Silver guy has.
Yeah, John Silver, he's a clever motherfucker, and I really like that about him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's opportunistic.
Not super intelligent, but I like opportunistic and clever people more than very intelligent characters.
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Yeah, like he's almost too. He's almost as dumb as he is clever,
Yeah.
which is enjoyable. Yeah. Um. So while Quartermaster is securing funds and playing the Game of Thrones, um, we find out that Flint has been coupled up, and the Quartermaster sent a big boy with him, Billy
Yeah.
Tallboy. I think that's what his name was.
Billy Bones.
Yeah. Oh, was that him? The tall.
The tall guy? Yeah, that's Billy Bones.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, inevitably the captain's gonna want to try to fight Monsieur Sasau. When he does, I need you to restrain him." And sure enough, when he goes and meets Powdered Wig Man,
Yeah, that's as I mentioned, that's as we already talked about, that's Eleanor's father.
now probably somebody that you shouldn't threaten, given that he basically houses. He is providing some legal ways of fencing the ill-gotten goods.
Yeah.
Right. But sure enough, he decides to threaten this guy.
Yeah, that's basically he's like the lord of the island,
Yeah,
or whatever, and what he does is he basically fences shit to sell to Boston.
no, this is when they had like sugar cane islands and spices and everything like that. So his official title is probably like merchant and like lord of the island, and they're in the sugar trade, because
Governor.
he uses that as an excuse. Governor, yeah, he uses that as an excuse when official folk show up. But I like the part because there's a certain part where Flint like jumps Powdered Wig Man, and like he's like, "Give me a name, introduce me to your contact." And he's like, "Oh, Billy, pull your gun on the captain." And he pulls his gun, but he points it at Flint. But the governor doesn't know that because he's face down on the desk.
Mm-hmm.
He just knows he hears the gun. But Flint like looks up and he's like, "Oh shit, he's pointing the gun at me." And he's like, "Captain, don't be a fucking don't be a magician." Down. And then comically in its situation, but not in the way of a joke, as like official, like, is it the British? I'm not sure who's showing up, but somebody else in like a fancy wig shows up with two musketeers, and they're all sitting down like pretending nothing's wrong.
These are Americans. Richard Guthrie, Eleanor's father, he's from Boston.
And they show up, but they're all sitting there like normal, as if they just weren't having like a standoff.
Yeah.
And like the governor's like sweating and like pretending like his fingers weren't just like snapped.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm conducting business."
You know, he's like sweating so much as he's just like almost looks like he's propping himself up as he's just in unspeakable pain.
"These are my clients. Be gone. I will speak to you in a moment."
Very amusing situation, yeah.
Yeah. American McMusket are like, "You know what? Let's arrest them all." "I don't believe you. I think that these are pirates." And he's like, "No, they're sugar merchants."
Everyone in Boston knows your reputation, Mr. Guthrie.
"See, where I pride myself in knowing gossip, and the gossip about you is that you're pirate dealership man."
Yeah.
They tussle. The governor accidentally gets like shot, as if he already didn't have enough day, but I don't think he's dead.
No, he's not.
He's like, but he ends up passing out, and then they like take him to like sneak him on Flint's own ship or something.
Flint takes Richard Guthrie to his their relationship's quite interesting and quite complicated, and we find out a lot more about it as the show goes on.
I imagine so, yeah.
But what it seems like is Flint's friend / girlfriend, Miranda. Again, pretty people in this show. They refer to her on the island as the Widow Barlow. So Flint takes him to her because she's like the only person on the island, one of the only people on the island that he actually like truly trusts. So he takes Richard to her for her to like care for him and recover, and they end up forming like a friendship.
Some scene with the owner lady's ex after like he kills
Charles Vane. Real
I
real
like
pirate.
I like his Vane. I like his goons. One of them looks like a greaser from the 1950s. He's got like a mullet. And then I guess he has a girlfriend / other
So those
she's kind of they're kind of cool. I kind of like them.
Those two are Jack Rackham and Anne Bonny. Again, both real historical pirate figures. I love Jack Rackham. He's one of my favorite characters in the show. He's the quartermaster of Charles Vane's ship. And he himself is also a clever scoundrel, but he is a smarter clever scoundrel than... I'd say his level of cleverness is on the same level as John Silver, but he is smarter than Silver.
But he's smarter. But John Silver is better looking.
True. There's a trade-off.
Yeah, there's a trade-off. I like the pirate lady that's with him. She's like
Anne Bonny.
Anne Bonny, yeah. She's like, it's time for us to fuck. And he's like, oh, I suppose so. A lot of fucking. There's the lesbian scene between
Eleanor and Max, yeah.
Eleanor and Max, yeah. Because she's the only one that comes to like make sure that she's okay after Vane like punches her, but like he punched her back because she punched him first.
Yeah, Eleanor had / has an on again off again thing with Vane, and also had / has an on again off again thing with Max. There's a lot of
How good must the dick be to stay with a guy that like punches you out in front of like a whole like bar full of people?
There's a lot of bisexuality and like open relationship stuff in this show, which
appeals
to certain hosts of the Lasercomb podcast.
Certain deviant, filthy deviants. But yeah, there's a lot going on there. But the ultimate thing that Flint is worried about when he eventually returns to his ship is
the mutiny.
The mutiny, and you know what? It's coming sooner rather than later.
There's a lot, yeah.
I want to wrap up, not get lost in the minutia, so we can wrap.
We can skip ahead. I also can't remember everything that happened in this episode versus later episodes in the season, because after I rewatched this a couple of weeks ago, I ended up watching like the first 2 seasons in the span of a couple of days.
Shit.
Yeah,
so it kind of merges together. Yeah,
if I'm remembering correctly, the mutiny comes to a head at the end of the first episode.
It does, yeah.
Baldy McScarman challenges Flint to a duel.
Well, before that, what happens is instead of it turning to that, he does this. Flint does this riling, like this, tries to rile all of his crew up and be like, "I had lied to you in the past, but I can't do that anymore. There's a page missing out of this." And meanwhile, John Silver is in the back being like, "Oh fuck," and he's like, "And one of you took it from me."
Yes.
And John Silver's like, "Oh fuck."
One of their he gives a really rousing speech, but he's basically like, one of your brothers not just only betrayed me, but betrayed all of you by stealing the page. And he explains the whole deal about like the Urca and that's what they've been looking
for this like notarific galleon.
Right? And yeah, John Silver, as he's talking, is like,
but they end up settling things because one is accusing the other, and the other like doesn't have proof, and they end up settling it by dueling.
Also, throughout the episode, Quartermaster is trying to tell Billy Bones that he's able to buy the allegiance for the rest of the crew to the captain, but Billy Bones he's actually trying to like convince on like a personal level.
Yeah, and good thing he puts all of his trust in Billy Bones because he reaches in and pretends that he pulls out the lost piece of
so Captain Flint and Baldy McScarman have a duel. Flint wins, and he reaches in. Good acting. He's like all bloodied, and his hand is actually like shaking because like he was just in literally a fight for his life.
Yeah, and like they were both disarmed at one point, so he literally had to finish off Baldy McScarface with his like bare hands.
Yeah,
and he's passing him to it, and Billy unfolds it, the blood-covered piece of paper, and there's nothing on it. It's a blank page.
The audience, we see that it's a blank page.
So we know that Billy knows.
And so we know that Billy knows, which will be important. And Billy says, it's the
missing page.
It's the missing page to the entire crew. And I believe that's the end of the episode.
And everybody kind of goes, Flint, 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 Flint. And like he goes an extra part where he like vows to go get this famous Spanish like treasure like ship, and everyone's going to not just like become like like owners of their own island, they're going to become princes
of the universe, perhaps,
possibly.
And meanwhile, like John Silver is like watching all of this play out, with being the guy who actually has the page, is watching all of this play out, being like, intriguing. This is an interesting development. So that was episode 1 of Black Sails. We're going to take one more break, and when we come back, Cal is going to ask me the eternal question of would I tune in again, even though we already know the answer.
You wouldn't steal a handbag. You wouldn't steal a car. You wouldn't steal a baby. You wouldn't shoot a policeman and then steal his helmet. You wouldn't go to the toilet in his helmet and then send it to the policeman's grieving widow and then steal it again. Downloading films is stealing. If you do it, you will face the consequences.
These anti-piracy ads are getting really mean.
Well, Siege, you just watched season 1, episode 1 of Black Sails.
Mm-hmm.
Never having watched it before, having just watched this episode, would you tune in next week?
Well, I'm currently on my 5th watch through of the show right now. So yes, absolutely, I would tune in again. What about you?
Yeah, I would. I'm on board. I feel like it's almost a stronger episode 1 of a lot of the other shows we covered during this programming block.
Yeah, and a lot happens in this episode, but like not to its detriment. Not to its detriment. It's just there's a lot going on, and it's all really interesting. I'm glad you liked it, and I hope you actually watched through it because I'd love to actually talk to you about the show.
Nice. Well, there you have it. We both highly recommend.
And, well, that was episode 150 of the Lazorcomb podcast. If you want to support the show, go to patreon.com/Lazorcomb, LAZORCOMB. Starting at the $5 tier, you get our bonus weekly Patreon exclusive podcast, the Cal and Siege Super Show. $10 tier, you get that, the occasional commentary track. We did one in December for Jingle All the Way. And you also get to pick a show for us to review a random episode of on this very podcast. So if you want to get in on that, go to patreon.com/lasercomb. Join the Discord if you want to interact with us. Link in the description as always. If you're watching the video on YouTube, give a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Announcement time. We will be back soon. This podcast, as it is currently known, will be ending here with 150. But don't unsubscribe or anything, because we're not going anywhere. The show's getting rebranded. Indeed, by the time you're seeing this, the channel will already be known as the Block Brothers Network. Where it's going to be our branding going forward. This show will be back in the near future, being under the new title of the Block Brothers Show.
Mm-hmm.
Probably going to keep the episode numbering the same, and like all the Patreon perks that I just mentioned, like picking a show for, yada yada, that's going to continue as is. So nothing's really changing. This is literally just a rebrand. But if you're subscribed to the podcast feed, for the audio version, you'll notice the name will be different. You're also going to start to see other things pop up besides this podcast in there. And indeed, by the time this has gone live, you'll already have seen the first in our new spin-off podcasts, The New Release Wall, where we reviewed the new film, Return to Silent Hill. We're going to keep forward with that. I don't think there's going to necessarily be a set schedule for the new release wall, but basically just if, one or both of us like watch a movie and we really want to talk about it, then that'll be the outlet to do that.
More structured.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just here's the gist of the movie. What do we think?
Yeah.
Yeah. I look forward.
So give that a listen if you haven't already, because that's the first of like the new spin-off shows. I have some ideas for some other ones that I'll kick around that we can talk about off air in the future. So last episode of the Lasercomb podcast, but soon we'll be back with the Block Brothers show, probably episode 151.
Mm-hmm. Exciting
times. So keep an eye out for that. And until then, I've been one of your hosts, Christopher Siege.
And I'm NeoCal.
Thanks for listening. We will hoist your Jolly Rodger next time.
Ooh, my.
Bye-bye.